The galaxy was watching in silence. The Khoran Empire had just destroyed another human colony, the third in a short time. Fire covered the skies, buildings exploded, and innocent people screamed as Khoran warriors laughed. Their voices were cold and full of pride. They showed the attack across alien networks, using it as a warning and a joke. They called humans weak, soft, and useless. On Earth, people watched in horror. News channels played the same burning images again and again. Leaders met in secret, knowing they had no ships strong enough to fight back. Many believed surrender was the only option. But in those quiet meeting rooms, one name came up again and again: Rian Vos. He wasn't a soldier. He wasn't a hero. He was a quiet man, a diplomat, who rarely spoke in public. But some people knew the truth. Behind closed doors, Rian Vos had ended wars without firing a single shot. When he offered to represent Earth in a one-on-one diplomatic arena against the Khoran, everyone was shocked. The president tried to stop him. But Rian simply said, "This is not war. This is something else." No one understood what he meant, but something about his calm voice felt dangerous. The arena was not a normal place. It was on HFY, a broken moon surrounded by dead stars. The Khoran Empire had turned it into a battlefield where leaders fought for honor in front of the whole galaxy. No rules, no mercy. Millions of aliens filled the giant stadium. Some came to see a quick human death. Others came to laugh. Floating cameras flew through the sky, showing every angle. In the center stood HFY, the Khoran warlord. He was tall like a tower, with armor that moved like it was alive. His red eyes glowed with hunger. He had killed 3 champions from other worlds before. No one had ever hurt him. Then Rian Vos walked in. No armor, no weapons, just a simple black suit and a calm face. The crowd roared with laughter. HFY raised his blade, ready to strike. But Rian didn't move. He looked at the warlord and whispered something only he could hear. HFY stopped. His hand twitched. For a moment, his eyes widened. The laughter in the crowd faded. Something was wrong. Why didn't the human run? Why did the warlord look confused? No one understood it yet, but something had just changed in that arena. And it wasn't Rian Vos. Far from the arena, deep in Earth's hidden records, an old secret was locked away. 20 years ago, Rian Vos had been part of the first human mission to explore beyond the safe zones. His ship had disappeared near the Khoran border. Everyone thought he had barely survived. But the truth was different. Rian had made contact with a small Khoran scout fleet, and none of them ever returned. What happened out there was never explained. But now, as Rian stood silently in the arena, those who knew the truth started to feel afraid. HFY remembered him. The warlord's breathing grew heavy. He circled Rian, shouting, trying to scare him. But Rian just stared back. His words, his stillness, his calm voice, they were not normal. Something in them was breaking through the Khoran's mind. His voice had a rhythm, like a hidden code. It wasn't magic. It wasn't a weapon. It was something else. Ancient Earth tech, mixed with something alien. The lights in the arena started to flicker. The warlord swung his blade, but missed. Rian hadn't moved. HFY stumbled, bleeding from his nose. The crowd gasped. Cameras zoomed in. The warlord's hand was shaking. Rian was not just talking. He was doing something, and it was working. Across the galaxy, billions were now watching. Alien channels stopped their normal shows. All eyes were on the arena. On Earth, silence filled every room. No one blinked as Rian Vos stood in front of the strongest warrior in the Khoran Empire, without moving a single inch. HFY roared and charged again, but his steps were slower now. His armor felt heavier. His mind felt foggy. Rian looked at him and said only one line: "You already lost. The moment you remembered me." The warlord froze. His own armor began to tighten around his body. reacting to signals no one could see. Rian had planted something. Maybe a virus, maybe a memory trigger. No one knew. It wasn't physical. It was inside the warlord's mind and machine. The arena's lights glitched again. The air buzzed like static. Then Rian pulled out a small silver cube. With one touch, screens across the arena changed. Every Khoran war map, every secret base, every hidden plan was now public. Leaked. Rian had stolen everything. He wasn't there to fight. He was there to end their empire from the inside. Panic exploded across the stadium. The crowd screamed. The council tried to stop the feed, but it was too late. Rian Vos had already won. The duel ended without a single drop of blood. Sirvok collapsed, not from wounds, but from fear, confusion, and something deeper, defeat of the soul. He was carried out on a gravity stretcher, silent and broken. Rian Vos stood alone in the center of the arena. The Khoran crowd watched in stunned silence. No one cheered. No one moved. Across the galaxy, people asked the same question. Who was this human? Not a soldier, not a fighter, yet he had brought an empire to its knees. Then, without a word, Rian turned and walked out. No guards stopped him. No leader dared speak. Within days, rebellions broke out in Khoran territories. Old enemies of the empire rose up. Their allies abandoned them. The galaxy had changed, and it all began with one man who had no army, no weapon, only a plan. Rian Vos was never seen in public again. Some say he returned to Earth. Others believe he vanished into deep space. But one message was found, written on the walls of the Khoran High Council's mainframe. You mocked us. You forgot to study us. Now we study you. And so, a new fear began to grow in the galaxy, not of human strength, but of the human mind.